Welcome to this very apocalyptic version of the FANMEN podcast. I'm DJ Gove.
Chris Davis.
Sean Hogarty.
How's it going?
I just realized, as usual, we start out with my disorientation, that because we're in 3 different places now, each of us in our own houses, I don't know the order because I don't see you sitting, in the right places. So I'm glad you went second, Chris, because I'm totally lost.
We've done this once or twice.
We've done it 55 times plus special bonus episodes.
If you want, we could do cutouts so they're sitting around you at your desk.
Yeah. No, we'll get puppets.
I'm in.
So how's everyone enjoying the end of the world?
Yay! It's definitely different.
It's not vastly different from what I do on a normal day, other than I have to send everybody else home.
Yeah. I am completely working from home, which is unusual in a number of respects, but
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
At least I have, and I think you guys do too, like a separate area that's my office, so I can get away from, my kids and my wife who are kind of trying not to go stir crazy.
Yeah. I don't have my office right now because I pre-started construction before this madness happened. So my office is filled to the brim with stuff. I'm basically crammed into a corner right now with my computer chair. So I have to work downstairs. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, the key is definitely having someplace else to be able to go. You need someplace to be able to hide.
Yep. Yeah. I'm going to do the construction myself.
I'm not dancing. I'm kind of swaying back and forth because I'm standing. Yeah, I'm standing up. I got my standing desk set up in my repaired office, 5 months after the flood. It is back and usable just in time for me to have to live in it. So that's pretty good.
There you go.
But, I've lifted my desk up to standing position and I'm on one of those bouncy mats. And so, I'm kind of...
I was just going to say, this is the most athletic you've looked in years.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons, yeah. My back is really fried, so standing on the hard floor without the bouncy thing is not good.
Yeah, you need the mat.
Yeah, which reminds me, I'm going to put my phone in my pocket so I get credit for the steps that I'm bouncing.
Oh, there we go. Jesus Christ.
I wish you could see the look on Chris's face.
Okay, so
what? When did we last actually get together and record?
It's been a hot minute, as Chris likes to say, because last time when we talked to Keith, you weren't around. You were already on lockdown.
Oh, that's right. And then I got on the phone with you. Yeah. So it's been a while.
It's been at least 3 weeks since we've all been in the same place.
Yeah. And it's
and the drought continues.
Yeah. So undoubtedly, in those 3 weeks, from an United States centric view, our world has changed, pretty significantly. And that's not done, right? This is here and, worldwide going to be affecting things for quite some time. And we've generally been pretty lucky to not have had this happen before. So this is interesting at the very least.
Yeah.
And we're still in its infancy right now.
Yeah.
This is you and I have chatted a little bit offline, Sean, but this is going to have far-reaching ramifications. This is something that you're just going to bounce back and everything's the way it was.
Yeah.
No, you might not have movie theaters after this.
Yeah, that's
just stuff like that,
Heather and I just had that conversation before we came up to record. About what happens if that goes 3 months, 6 months, and people realize they don't need a movie theater.
Yeah.
You start doing VOD.
That's a pretty good segue. So in light of all this madness, there has been some movie news with the VOD stuff. So last night, Disney released the Pixar flick Onward onto video on demand. Mm-hmm. So you can already get that online. That was in the theater for 2 weeks before the craziness hit nationwide.
The premiere took place when we were in California.
Okay.
It was really that recent. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. And then Universal took everything that they had slated in the theater and released that. So Invisible Man, Hunted is out on demand, and they just announced the Trolls World Tour is coming like April 1st or whatever. So its theatrical date, it's going to go straight to video on demand. And now there's talk of even Wonder Woman 84 or whatever going straight to on demand.
Yeah, Warner Brothers shot that down last night.
Oh, did they?
They came out and said, yeah, that's going to be held for theatrical at some point.
Yeah. And then no one knows what's going on with Black Widow either. They pushed it off its release date, but there's grumblings about, people are kind of looking at Disney like, is Disney going to take a Marvel movie and put it on demand for $40-$50 and test the waters with it? Or is this the movie to do it with, possibly?
That's an interesting question.
Good
because
point. Yeah.
On the one hand, it's a great time to be testing new economic models. There's certainly a general willingness for people to, pay for content when it's reasonable. But it's interesting in terms of like a $50 price point. There's no way in hell, a person or a couple is going to pay $50 for a Marvel movie, right? So even a big family, I don't think so.
But if you get to buy like something like Black Widow, if you pay like say it's let's go $39.99.
Yeah.
So if you pay $39.99 and you were gonna go see it in the theater anyway, and then probably buy it on digital anyway when it came out, you're just doing it all ahead of time.
Yeah. If that comes with permanent access to that movie, ability to pull it down to my devices, etc., I can see that. At the same time, people are not good at math, right? The idea, even though I pay, I take my family to the movies and it's $75, and then maybe I'll buy it for $20 or $30 later on disc. I'm not, that's totally different than me just sitting in my house dropping 30 or 40, $50 on something. It doesn't feel, it feels weird.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. Without getting too much into like the economics of it, but you're going to have things you used to have before this will not exist after this, I don't think.
No, certainly. I think you're onto something, DJ. I think movie theaters are one of those things that are at risk.
Well, I definitely, nowadays the ability to, I think that's sad. There are fundamental things about a big screen and a huge surround sound system, properly, tuned and stuff, that is so different, and being with an audience that are so different than even the best home theaters, right? Like Chris has a fantastic, I would argue that watching a movie at Chris's new home theater is almost as good as going to the movies in terms of big ass screen, real close to you, 4K, fantastic, projector, good surround sound. You've got it set pretty well. The only thing missing in that context is the audience and the experience. But
you know what? His snack prices are fucking ridiculous, though.
Yeah.
That is the exact reason I would buy the movie. Give me 50 and I
you
can
expect him to pimp me out for free?
Kid's got a bad back. I got to ration snacks.
This goes all kinds of bad directions. But yeah, I think the changes there. We're absolutely going to be back to a world where people are crammed in together, right?
Oh yeah.
Whether that's in,
they're still doing it now.
Yeah,
we're too fucking stupid to not do it now.
Yeah, well, there's more lessons to be learned for those people. Unfortunately, a whole lot more people are going to die. This is, it doesn't matter whether people think it's serious or not. The fact is, nobody's going to get out of this without knowing somebody who knows somebody that, died or almost died.
That might be generous.
Yeah. I made an absolute statement.
You may not have 2 degrees of separation like that.
I already at this point am 2 degrees of separation from 2 people in 2 different states that have died. Like actual death at this point. And that's, I don't think people understand how bad it could get. But the the economics and the change of business models and particularly fandom, the stuff that we love to consume.
Movies, comic book stores.
Yeah. Yeah. The Hall of Comics are, our local, at least Chris and I's local comic book store in Southborough, Massachusetts. Those guys have, I think as of Monday, they are closed for in-store shopping, but they've helped everybody move to mail order subscriptions. They're actually covering the shipping for the period of, this containment or social isolation. They're doing curbside. If you want to pick up your books, you can drive up and they'll come out and give them to you, with distance stuff. Some businesses, we ordered Rocco's Donuts and Jen went and picked them up this morning and I ate way too many of them. But that was, curbside, prepaid, gloved, so lots of businesses are going to have to try to do that stuff, but lots of businesses are going to close and lots of people losing their jobs. Yeah.
There'll be a lot that never bounce back from this. And when you talk about the comic stores, I mean, we love those guys over at the Hall of Comics and they've done a great job for us, but they're a prime example of somebody that's going to struggle coming out of this.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no two ways around it. That industry was hurting anyways.
Yeah. Does this put one of the final nails in the coffin of paper comic sales? Right? I mean,
I don't know.
It certainly could. I mean, Marvel's just, they'll offer the distributors discounts. Well, that doesn't really help if nobody's buying.
Yeah, it's already a bad distribution and wholesale model to begin with, where the stores are taking it in the pants. So it'll be interesting. But I mean, certainly here, we're sitting here video conferencing with each other. I can see you guys. I can interact with you. This is the third such thing I've done today. I did video chat with a few of my family members in the morning. I did video chat with a few of my friends earlier today, and now I'm talking to you guys. And then I spent all week at work with a distributed team doing the exact same thing. That's, my kids are one of them's about to have Zoom classes all week long as the schools reconfigure.
Harley actually started that already.
Yep. Yeah. And, so Zoom, WebEx, all different, companies, but people are going to learn to become more social or interactive in meaningful ways as opposed to just, shooting the shit ways, I think.
Yeah. Should be interesting.
I think you're going to see a fundamental change in how business is done.
Yeah.
I mean, once companies are used to the fact that all of us can be working from home, you're really going to see what that essential employee looks like, right?
Yeah.
You're going to be able to send more people to the house, which is going to result in them needing less office space. Yeah. There's going to be a trickle-down effect on the economy here that's going to be dramatic.
Yeah, I think it will, though that's broadly true, but each business is so incredibly different. Right? Like there's some aspects of my business where not being with the people that I work with, right? Not being in a room with them, not physically being able to wave my hands and point at a board and look at something together interactively. You can't get all of that back. You can get a lot of it back.
You can get 95% of it back. I mean, I have a friend that's taking a programming class, somebody that works for us at the company, and they're just doing dual monitor setups where they're doing Zoom meetings where they have a whiteboard on one side. The only thing difference is you don't have the professor standing in front of you.
Right.
You still have that whiteboard experience. You're still having the discussion, much like we're having here. It's just not all in the same room. It could have a dramatic impact. It's gonna take a little while for all that to shake out.
Yeah. Well, I do think it's interesting. I mean, we don't need to belabor the point, but we're in three different industries, right? Chris, you're kind of touching on the financial and legal industries. DJ is touching on the health and IT industries. I'm kind of on, IT and governmental stuff. And and then, DJ, you also have worked, you have a retail side job and seeing the different scrambles that we've gone through, for, we're supporting and working with people, not just in our state,
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be interesting. That's an understatement.
Yeah.
Well, so aside from that, what other entertainment things are going on? Idris Elba, Tom Hanks. What the hell?
Okay. Aside from, so March 2020 has been the biggest asshole of a month I think ever. But we did get some. I mean, at least I got some really good news yesterday.
Oh yeah.
So assuming I make it to October 2020.
Yeah.
God forbid.
God forbid. No. God willing.
God willing.
He struggles with those things sometimes. Just let him go.
If you've been in my house with the two of them, it's God forbid. No. But so if we're all lucky to when we all make it to October 2020, if you're a big Star Wars person, there's been a question that's always been lingering outside of the Disney movies.
Yeah.
That is the fate of one of the most beloved expanded universe characters ever be created, Ahsoka Tano.
Yes.
Who is Anakin Skywalker's apprentice in the Clone Wars, who I didn't like at first, but she really grows on you, and getting into Rebels, she really grows on you. Ahsoka Tano is alive still.
Yes.
And Ahsoka Tano will be brought to you in live action in The Mandalorian Season 2, played by one of our favorites.
Yes.
Rosario Dawson is playing Ahsoka Tano
Queen.
in Mandalorian.
Yeah. I mean, could it be more perfect?
I mean, probably the only thing that would be better would be if Ashley Eckstein played her because she does the voice, but she's too young, I think, she doesn't fit the timeline, I don't think. Yeah. But no, this is awesome.
Rosario's perfect.
Yeah, Rosario, she can really fit the look of the character and the spirit of the character. She's such a fantastic actress. Her range is insane. But the most exciting thing for me is it's all about context. What we've seen with The Mandalorian in terms of production value and intensity and stuff like that, dropping her and that character into there is just going to be magic.
Pitch perfect.
Yeah.
She's going to look good.
Oh, yeah.
Very good.
Oh, yeah.
Please let it still drop in October. Please.
Yes.
I think Principal's already done, I think.
Yeah. Have you guys seen some of the behind the scenes of The Mandalorian and how they've done a lot of the effects in camera by the high res projection around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That stuff is insane. So they could, they don't have to be on location to do a lot of that stuff.
No, it's all studio.
Yeah.
It's all, was it Pinewood or whatever in Atlanta? Is that where they're filming it?
Yeah.
They're doing a good chunk of it there, yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's coming, and season 2 is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be that was a huge. I mean, we're all Star Wars people. I don't think any of you guys have watched Rebels or Clone Wars. Well, Chris, you watched Clone Wars, right?
Yeah, I did watch Clone Wars. I did.
I saw bits of it, but
this is because of it's not just the fact that she's in Star Wars, which would have been awesome any which way you pick it, but it's this character. This character is she's a really special character. So this has all the trappings of becoming, one of the all-time great fandom performances that people walk onto forever. So this is like an immortalizing kind of thing that she just got hooked up with, which is pretty cool. So
excellent.
Nice.
And that's all this month has to offer is that.
That did remind me of one other big I don't know if it's technically entertainment news, but something we'll probably need to cover in pieces over the coming months and year. But since we last met, our beloved Tom Brady of the New England Patriots has
You're going to try to do this as like a little throw-in? That should be like a 3-hour retrospective.
Like I said, but I know you two have taken stakes to the heart with this.
That's all kind of lumped into March is an asshole.
Yeah,
it's all kind of in there. Yeah,
we're not nearly ready. Can we go back to the pandemic?
Yeah, I'd rather talk about that.
In a spot to
talk about things that will impact us for years to come and may involve
Let's talk about
death.
how you took 1,000 steps
perfect.
yesterday and stuff,
I did take 1,000 steps yesterday.
1,000 bounces?
1,000 bounces, which is really sad.
Foot, right foot.
Left foot, right foot. All right, yeah, we'll leave
We'll leave that
Tom
out.
Brady the Buccaneer behind.
You were treading so dangerously close to me going on a political diatribe about how this whole thing is. You just settle down there, son.
Hey,
I just maybe we'll have to have Mark back on for that one.
Yeah. Animal Crossing came out yesterday for the Switch.
So that looked like it was a big deal. I saw a lot of buzz. What is that game about?
It's kind of like it's like The Sims for kids, kind of. It's like a kiddier Sims. You get your little character, and in this case, you're on an island, and you build houses and have neighbors and do just fun like Simmy kind of stuff.
So what scares me is it's only like late 30s, early 40s people that I see getting all excited about this. People that look much like yourself.
You know?
No hair, big beards, that kind of stuff.
It's one of those things like we had it on the GameCube back in the day when I was in college, and it got to the point where this game's so addictive that my in-laws had to go buy a GameCube so they could play Animal Crossing.
Whoa.
It was like the Farmville, before Farmville was a thing, before Facebook was around and stuff like that.
So Farmville without the data mining of the populace?
Yeah. But no,
this is DJ's Oregon Crossing.
Yeah. It's a
your animals have died of dysentery.
But no, I mean it's a cool game. I mean the good thing is that it came during this whole thing, and the game doesn't end. It's an endless game.
Well, that sounds okay.
It just keeps going and going till you don't want to play it anymore. But the fun thing is that Amazon didn't ship copies out for people who pre-ordered it from Amazon. So and you can't go into a store and get one. I know because I know GameStop's still open because we're essential retail somehow.
Yeah, that's BS.
Give it time. They're not going to be around soon.
Yeah,
the backlash on that is getting big.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I worked my last shift last night. I think. But we pissed through 270 something copies of the game in a day.
Wow,
unheard of. You can't find a Switch in New England. No one's got the systems. It's been crazy. So at least I got something to do. I got that. There's some digital stuff that came out. If you have Steam, you can get Tomb Raider for free. The definitive edition of Tomb Raider for free on Steam right now. That's a great game.
Is that the more recent Tomb Raider, or is it?
Yep, okay. Correct.
Yeah.
Yep, correct.
I want to go back and play the original Tomb Raider, just remastered.
Yeah, I don't know if
I don't think they've done that.
They have not. It does not hold up well with the old graphics.
Yeah.
The graphics don't, but the music and the environments and stuff I loved.
Yeah. So that's a good thing. A lot of companies are not being pricks. Like Disney's putting stuff on Disney Plus early, and they're releasing Frozen early and Star Wars, and game developers are throwing games out there for free and stuff, and DLC packs for free. So at least there's some good in the whole thing. Companies are trying their best to keep people occupied, which is nice.
So I did. I actually bought 2 games in the last 48 hours.
Really intriguing.
Both for the Oculus Quest. Both for my daughter Sarah, who spent most of the past week plus that we've been in social distancing isolation. She spent a lot of it within the Quest, basically playing various games. The one I think it's called Ghost Giant, which I haven't played, haven't seen what it's really about. But the one that and I made her pay for most of that one. But the one that I bought her out of nowhere a couple days ago, I saw a dude post on the Reddit Oculus subreddit, and he had just released the game. So it's a 3-person development company. I don't remember who they're called, but the game's called Color Space, and it's not really a game. It's a 3D coloring game. So these really interesting, rich environments that you can walk through. DJ's dying.
I'm not sick, I swear.
I didn't even think of that.
I'm
Thanks.
True. That's true.
It can't come through the internets. But so it's a 3D coloring book. So you go into these rich, beautiful environments that surround you, and you can walk through them. And then I think in your left hand, you have a palette, either a simple one or you can switch it to advanced mode, and then you can kind of pick any color you want. And then in your right hand, you kind of have this laser pointer brush, right? And so it is a segmented coloring book. So you pick a color and you point it at a white space and it fills with that color. So you're coloring the world around you. But so it's not an expensive game. It's like, $9.99. It comes with, a certain set of stuff. But it's the type of stuff, Sarah and Emma love coloring things, or these stupid things where you basically just color by number on your phone or whatever.
Yeah.
So I immediately knew she'd love it. And so, yeah, I bought a couple games.
Couple of things you should look at getting for your VR. The Creed Rise to Glory game is available on the Oculus now, the boxing game. That's a lot of fun.
Okay.
And there's a game called Moss. You play a little mouse.
Yeah, I think Sarah's already beat that one. We have that one on Quest.
Okay, that game is awesome if you're looking for a VR game. That was a good game.
Yeah, I haven't played it, though, but I hope to at some point. It's... that almost felt kind of normal, other than the fact that you guys aren't here.
Yeah, it's it is what it is, I guess. At least killed it. This kills an hour out of the day. At least it's something to do.
Yeah.
You're still able to interact and record, and we can still do a lot of it. It's just a different medium now.
Yeah.
So what would it be like if we didn't have the internet, right? What if this happened even 15 years ago, 20 years? Yeah, 15 years ago, we still had broadband. So, go back to like 20 to 25 years ago. Certainly being stuck at home with nothing but modems and, shitty bandwidth would be different.
You're reading your
Yeah.
new
lot of
VHS
RBI
collections coming out.
A lot of RBI Baseball 3 on the Nintendo.
Yeah.
NHL
You'd have
hockey.
Ooh, 25.
Need my Sega.
Yeah, 93 would be out.
Yeah.
You'd have riots and shit, I think, and just mass chaos and
Yeah.
You just wouldn't hear about most of it because you have
Right.
you don't have the constant news cycle that you do now.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't have the constant news cycle because I pretty much ignore it.
I'm trying to. It's tough.
But
though.
it's really hard. It's really hard.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, what's the chosen topic that is appropriate for this, DJ?
So, as we're, 3 weeks away from The Walking Dead, basically, let's go with,
Sean's going to get eaten first.
I'm the most tasty man.
Hey, you don't have to beat everybody. You just got to beat one.
Have you seen the roast of my rump?
Oh, Christ. Let's go top 3 canned goods, as everyone seems to be hoarding non-perishable food. I figured that was appropriate.
Speaking of,
I went straight for the alcohol. Jesus.
I didn't.
Canned goods.
Oh, I didn't think of like beer and stuff. I was thinking like real cans. But
Yeah.
so I got a few honorable mentions.
Okay.
In kind of no particular order. Refried beans. One of my favorite meals is heat up some beans, throw them on a tortilla.
Good Lord. What the
Fucking
fuck is wrong with
disgusting.
you?
Hey man, it's honorable mention, but corn, but not creamed corn because creamed corn is kind of gross.
That's not a food. That's disgusting.
It's a
okay,
food.
Next.
Pumpkin pie filling.
Ooh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
see, and Campbell's chunky soup. Always good for some unhealthy chunky. Slop it in a dog food looking bowl pile and heat it up.
Okay.
All right.
That's it for my honorable mentions.
Okay. So my honorable mentions, I am adding beer to the list because that clearly has a place in this environment.
Yep, I missed it.
You need as much as possible. Jellied cranberry sauce. Because fuck whole berries. If you're not slicing that thing with ridges on it, it's not edible. And how do you have any list without Spam on it?
I didn't think it's Spam. It's not.
Spam is going to survive a nuclear
can,
holocaust.
so my mind
it's
didn't
a can.
find it. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Oh yeah.
Fair.
Yep. Spam.
But we'll go Spam.
Nice.
Okay. So since Sean brought up the fact that you need dessert, I'm going to go cherry pie filling.
Oh yeah.
That's even if there wasn't all this going on, I do love a good can of cherry pie filling. And my other one is I'm going beefaroni.
Oh yeah.
Beefaroni.
Mm-hmm.
Beefaroni.
I like
Not
that.
bad. That's the honorable mentions.
Yep, that's it.
All right. So number 3, Chris, you already mentioned it. Canberry sauce.
Canberry
sauce.
Yeah, I actually had it a couple nights ago. It's just something about that slice of, can-ridged circular jelly crap that is so appealing.
Heather came home with 2 more cans of it today. She popped into CVS for something completely unrelated, and there were 2 cans on the shelf.
Yeah.
So they came home.
Yeah. The fact that they're still on the shelf, tells you that not everybody shares our love of Canberry sauce. Or maybe they just don't think of it as a...
There's lots of people in this world that are wrong,
Amen.
They'll be fine.
Amen.
They'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right. My number 3, tuna fish.
Oh, I didn't think of that either. I hate seafood, but I love tuna salad.
That's one of the only things I'll eat. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I won't go out to a restaurant and order seafood ever.
So,
nothing.
So for tuna salad, what do you like in your tuna salad? Like, how do you like it?
Depends on where it is. I mean, I'll do some celery in there.
Yes.
I've actually had it with diced onions. That can be very good.
Yes.
But, dude,
hungry.
I will just eat it. Tuna, mayo, throw it on a roll, and I'm good.
Yep.
Little cheese on there. We're happy.
Nice call.
Thank you.
Nice. It sounds
I'm
good.
snacks approved. I'm so happy.
Whoop, whoop.
So for my number 3, it's SpaghettiOs, but with meatballs.
Good.
SpaghettiOs with meatballs.
Mystery meat. I like it.
Yes. I don't know what kind of meat the balls are. I just know that they're in there, and plain SpaghettiOs are disgusting to me. Yeah, they're there.
Balls are.
I don't know what they are, but they're there, so I'll eat
in
them.
there.
Yeah, I don't like standard SpaghettiOs, but spaghetti meatballs they're special. I don't know. It's a memory thing, so that's what I'm going with.
Nice. I do approve. My number 2, black olives.
Oh fuck! I'm out. I'm done. Are you shitting me?
No.
Is sardines your number 1? You sick?
No, screw sardines. Those are disgusting. But ever since I was a kid, I don't like green olives. Well, I don't mind a green olive, flavorful, interesting, savory. But black olives in a can, pitted black olives from a can. Stop making those puke noises.
No, I'm actually vomiting.
Some of my early memories is putting them on my fingers, right? So having 10 little black olives on my fingers and then eating them. No, you don't. Yeah, so I still love olives on pizza or just eating black olives, right? I love them on a little, garnish tray with the little pickles next to them. I'm all over it. So
this is horrible.
If bleach wasn't sold out nationwide, Chris would be pouring it into his eyes right now.
Oh my god. I can't even.
Black olives.
Good lord.
What's your number 2?
My number 2, I needed something that was vaguely fruit related, so I'm going peaches and syrup.
Oh man.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, I totally didn't think of that. That might have been my number 1.
Yeah, those are just delectable. They've since moved to those little plastic cups, but
that's crap.
Back in the old day, you had the can of the Del Monte.
Yeah, and it was heavy syrup. None of this, light crap. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was
heavy, mucus-looking shit. It was.
Oh yeah, but it tastes. I mean, you could just eat it straight with a giant spoon in your face.
Oh, you drank the juice out of the can.
Oh
after.
yeah.
I mean, so good.
Oh.
That is good.
Nothing healthy about it, but delicious.
Oh, it's fruit, man. It's fruit. It's healthy.
In its sugary goodness.
Yeah, I do have a good canned pineapple. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that counts. Yeah.
I like canned pineapple.
All right. What's your number 2?
I stayed all savory. I guess there's so many things I missed, but my number 2 is corned beef hash in a can.
Okay.
Oh, another one. My top 3 is changing as we go here. Corned beef hash actually probably goes above peaches.
That's because you wasted spots on olives and shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
especially like the Mary Kitchens or whatever it is, corned beef hash. That shit is fucking just delectable. It's fire. So.
Oh, so good.
I love corned beef hash, and I don't want the stuff that's not from a can. Like I don't want hand chopped corned beef hash. I want the squared off machine cut potatoes.
Oh
yeah.
So
there is a.
There is a lot of places that do it right.
Oh
yeah, we have a Lou Rock's Diner in Worcester. They make a really good homemade one. But everything that's just The can has like the nice high fat content. You press it in the frying pan, it gets all crispy on the
Oh,
side.
yeah.
When the Carnegie Deli used to be open in New York, you get those fresh bagels and a platter of hash. Good Lord.
Oh, I can't even
So
imagine.
good.
I've never had
Ridiculous.
Carnegie Deli, so.
Oh my God, it was so good.
Yeah, corned beef hash.
Corned
Like
beef hash. All right, so what's that bring us to number 1?
Yeah, what's yours, Sean? Mackerel,
So-
pickled mackerel.
No.
Vienna sausages. No?
All right. Oh, I just got the 10-minute warning here.
Stick a little wiener in your mouth.
Yeah. I've got DJ right here.
Oh, Jesus.
So my number 1, DJ already mentioned it in passing, SpaghettiOs / Chef Boyardee beef ravioli and all related, foods.
You know what? We might as well wrap it up because mine was SpaghettiOs as well.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
no question.
It's not like pasta, right? It's not like real food. It's its own thing. But it's wonderful. It brings me back to being a kid.
Yeah, I ate it constantly, and it got to the point where you didn't even have to heat that shit up. Just dump it in a bowl,
Yeah.
and I would eat that shit. It didn't matter.
Yep.
So good. I don't remember having the meatballs as much, but that's probably the Italian mother. Like, we'll let you eat shit, but we'll only go so far. Like, you're not eating a packaged meatball. But yeah, love SpaghettiOs.
Nice. So in all this thinking, I'm gonna have to do a 1A, 1B because I thought of another one. It probably. I mean, I could bump it down to honorable mentions, but Pringles. Pringles are gonna drop down.
No,
to
that's not a can, man. Well, I guess it is. I guess
It's a can.
But
It's
my
got a
number
plastic
one.
top.
No, but there's foil. There's metal underneath it.
Okay, I'll allow it.
My number one. Not only one of my favorite canned food, possibly one of my favorite foods. Dinty Moore beef stew.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Mm.
I mean,
Love a good old can of Dinty.
Yeah.
And it has there's like a carrot in there somewhere, so you think you're eating your vegetables.
yeah, there's some veggies in there. Yeah.
Close enough, right? I'm not actually gonna eat a vegetable,
One
but
carrot.
there's like one circle of a carrot in there.
I like that.
But yeah, no, it's it's salty and it's homey and everything like that. And
Oh, it's delicious.
I mean, it is. It's fucking amazing. So
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. I'm going Dinty Moore beef stew.
I mean, obviously, it's made me hungry as hell.
I
which
need
is
lunch
rough
now.
since I ate like 8 million Rocco's donuts earlier.
You know what sucks is I have no Dinty Moore beef stew because the stores are all sold out of it. So I'm
Yeah.
not
Yeah, there was
apocalypse ready.
nothing.
Yeah. Okay, so Sean had Canberry sauce, black olives, and SpaghettiOs / all the Chef Boyardee products. Chris had tuna, peaches, and heavy mucus syrup and SpaghettiOs. And I had SpaghettiOs with meatballs, corned beef hash, and Dinty Moore beef stew.
Yeah, that's good
Love
stuff,
it.
man.
So
Not
good.
bad, not bad. So thank you everyone for consuming our content while you're stuck in your house and you have nothing else to do. We really feel special. You had no choice. You were the last thing left on the internet you hadn't listened to yet.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. It was like,
Stay safe. Reach out if you have any dumb ideas for us to talk
Yeah.
about shit.
just don't physically reach out because you're not supposed to touch people.
Definitely.
So
Yeah, no, stay away from my house. No.
Yeah, just wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
There you go. Have a good night, everybody.
See
All right,
ya.
Jen, stay safe.
Have a good
Take care.
one.
Bye-bye.